In order to grow as a person, the first thing you have to do is adjust your mindset to a growth mindset. Without having a mindset that supports you for growth, you may never experience growth in your life, or the growth you experience will be much inadequate and it won't result in anything real. So, people often see their failures as something they should be running from and something they should forget, something they shouldn't be speaking of. I say differently. When you fail, you have a chance to learn. When you fail, you have a chance to learn from your failure. If you did not fail that subject, it could be nice, but you might have learned less from it. So if you fail on the subject, just see that as an opportunity to better yourself, not just as a failed subject which bothers you, but as a subject which you can grow. What I mean by this, let's say you study for an exam, let's say you're a student and you study for an exam, yet you fail. You get an F, but it shouldn't make you feel depressed. It should make you adjust your study schedule in order to be successful on that subject. And every human experience failure in their life. Some experience more than others, some experience less than others. But every single human being do experience failure, and whether you are young or whether you are old, you have experienced or will experience failure. So, how to deal with failure? It's very important actually, how to deal with failure. First of all, you have to change your perspective. If you look at the job and if you quit because you fail that job or subject or exam, it's done. You have wasted your time. But by not giving up, by forcing yourself in order to learn something from that and better yourself at that subject, you are learning something. And by learning something, you are getting your chances for a better future because you have learned something, because you can practice something. And the number two, subject number two, by failing, you will be a humble person. Yes, success can be very nice, success can be very appealing, but failure isn't as bad as you think it is. It's not good as success in some aspects, but it is better than success in some aspects, and it will teach you humility. Don't have this mindset like you're an omnipotent, you're some kind of god, which is not true. And you can do anything, you won't be failing at any subject, and this is wrong. So if you fail, you'll have this humility, and by humility, you will have better environment around you because you will have more and wider respected people around you. Your friends perhaps will be more generous, and your friends will actually make you grow on the subject, on many aspects of the life, because life isn't just about one failure, life isn't just about one simple examination or one job. It's much more than that. It's much more complicated than that. And I want you to seize it. I want you to seize your failure and grow as a person because you have failed. Don't get depressed, just accept it, accept what happened, and you can't change that fact that you have failed at that time, but you can change the fact what you learn from it and what you grow from it. every single one of the CEOs, every single people that is currently dominating the market, that is currently dominating the technology, have failed in their lives. Just go and look at Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. They all have experienced failure in their life. But what separates them from other people which are also failing? They don't give up. They didn't give up, and they're now number one at their areas of expertise. Everyone looks up to them. Everyone. Some of them are one of them are richest person to ever have lived in the world because he didn't give up. He was originated in Africa, but he is sending people to Mars, trying to send people to Mars right now. That's amazing. That's a big improvement. Yes, I don't say this everybody will have a spaceship and send people to Mars. It's impossible and it's impractical, but everybody can better their chances in the life. And it all comes to this, whether you believe in the story that society or the government or people around you, your relatives, telling you that there is only one way to live, and that is just study hard, get into a good school. And as a doctor, I'm telling this is wrong. Just study hard, get into a good school, get into a good specialty, good area of expertise, and then save some money for 10 years, 20 years, and then you will have a good life. But this isn't the case. This is not all there is. The world is actually much bigger than this, much bigger than you can imagine. And the people that I just told about it, I've told some names, they had this mindset. They didn't stop when they failed, and they've learned things, and they have changed the view they are looking at the life so that they could be very, very, very successful. Very successful to a point. Some of them are richer than many countries. That's amazing and insane. They're just one person. They're just one person, and they're more rich than countries. That's insane amount of success, and they've done it because they did view the world in a different way than most people do. So if you think old school, you will never get somewhere in the life. You can just say, I have my comfort zone. I feel very comfortable and I don't want to change this. And that is one way to see the world. But what I need you to see, what I want you to see is there is more than one way to live the life. You can also have some things in the life which you can't have at the old school, like freedom. I don't think many old schoolers have freedom in their lives because they work for 5 days in a week and they just rest for 2 days in the weekends. So it's not a good trade, and you can never say these people actually do have freedom because they do not have freedom. They don't have freedom. And let's be honest, many rich people, many governments of the world don't want you to have this kind of freedom. Because when you're free, when you're own man, when you're own woman, you get to decide who you want to be. And you get to choose the way you wish the life. And unfortunately, the governments and rich people, many of the rich people, don't want this because they view you as something that should be controlled because they need your taxes, they need you to run the system which they're immensely benefiting from, and they're just saving you a little piece of that beneficiary. I want you to see that. I want you to see that you are just not having your full potential used. Just think about this. Just see your failures. Just try to change and expand your view on the world and failures. Just see them as a chance to grow and as a chance, as an opportunity for success, for bigger success and for freedom, for a chance for freedom. And you'll get to see what I mean. And I'll get to see you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.